Homeless and living out of her car is not where Carol Calvano thought she'd end up.
I didn't know where I was going to go. I didn't know what I was going to do.
In 2006, News 12 reported that Carol had been the victim of a mortgage scam that forced her out of her Deer Park home. Then her husband passed away, and things seemed bleak. Last month, she parked her car behind St. Cyril Church and ran out of gas. After a couple days of seeing the car, Erin Aiello knocked on the window.
I had to help. I don't know, something just drew me to her.
Erin heard Carol's story of hardship and rallied the Deer Park community. A GoFundMe page was created, and numerous people stepped up.
I just think it was beautiful how the community came together to want to help Carol, to bring me gas, food, you name it, they were there for her.
The donations were able to get Carol a motel room and care for her cat, Sweetie. Then realtor Amy Kernigan was able to find Carol an affordable apartment.
It was very difficult. People do judge a book by its cover, and they have to realize if you open the book, there really is somebody so special.
So today, everyone got together to celebrate over coffee and discuss moving plans. But Carol says today was less about the outpouring of support and more about new connections.
Everybody was worried about things and talking about what I need. And the only thing I was concerned about is that I made new friends. Whoever doesn't believe in miracles, think again. Whoever doesn't believe there's a God, think again.
Carol says she's ready to start this new chapter of her life thanks to a couple of gentle souls in her community. Now here's a story that will prove how one small act of kindness can make a world of difference. Jarvis Figueroa has been working at the ice rink in Prospect Park, Brooklyn for 6 years, and thanks to his job, he just got the shoutout of a lifetime. It all started when a customer came up to the register asking to borrow a pen and paper. Figueroa obliged, not thinking anything of it. Then he saw this tweet. Shout out to my buddy Jarvis, the wonderful employee at Lakeside Brooklyn at the ice skating rink in @Prospect_Park, who lent me a pen and a piece of paper last year when suddenly the new Olaf lyric in @Disney Frozen, #Frozen2, appeared in my head while ice skating. Thanks, Jarvis. That just goes to show that it really is the small things that you never think are important that can have the biggest effects on other people's lives.
You may not know who they are, you never know what might come of it, you know what I mean? And it's always good to show people like respect. People are people.
And that's why it's so good to be selfless and check in on the people around you. You just never know what someone's going through. Which brings us to our next story in the Bronx that's very near and dear to my heart. Watch how one company is putting smiles on the faces of our little ones.
Well, I thought we'd start out today by reading a Clifford book, okay?
It's all about reading today for these PS 85 first graders.
Wow, that was a nice surprise.
Bank of America and the organization Book Trust, which promotes student literacy, linked up to bring new books to the kids. With a surprise visit from Clifford the Big Red Dog. Through a partnership with Scholastic Book Clubs, each student got to pick 2 books they want to order.
You like this one? Yeah. All right, so we'll put a little check mark there for you.
A favorite, of course, was Disney's Frozen.
Also too.
But the selection was big.
I like this.
You like this shop? Steph Curry's book, also a big hit.
I always dreamed about basketball, and I wish I could be a basketball player.
We get kids to read because it's a fun way to do it. Book Trust comes to the classroom, they get a little Scholastic pamphlet, they pick the books that they'd like to read, and 1 week later, they come back to the classroom and those books arrive.
I remember quite a few times when I was the only kid in my class who couldn't get anything from the bookstore, so it's a bit of a full circle moment for me to see all these kids able to experience the gift of reading. Now to New Jersey, here's a riddle for you. One couple with 3 children only has to plan one kid's birthday party every year, and they're not triplets. So how do they do it?
Happy birthday to you. When the Lopez family of Red Bank sings Happy Birthday on November 30th, it gets complicated when they get to the part of the song where the singers name whose birthday it is.
Thank you, we'll sit on it.
Because all 3 kids, Josephik, Sorali, and Leomar, all share the same birthday. How do you like having the same birthday as your brother and sister?
Well, I like it.
Sometimes you wish you had your own birthday, or what do you think?
I I like it that we all like spend time in the family, gathering things, like cleaning things.
His sister Sorali turns 4, and little brother Leomar 2. Do you like having the same birthday as your brother and your sister?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I like Ellen DeGeneres.
Oh, and you like Ellen DeGeneres. They seem to share that in addition to their birthday.
When am I gonna go meet Ellen?
You want to meet Ellen too? You guys love Ellen. You wanted Ellen DeGeneres, you're stuck with me. Oh well, we don't all get what we want for our birthday.
Yeah!
At least for their parents, Jeanette and Raoul, it makes for streamlined party planning. And so far, no jealousy among the trio. And as they make their way down life's path, likely one more thing to keep them close, one more thing to share. A mathematical rarity that turns up the joy 300%.
Well, sorry, kiddies, I'm not Ellen either, but I'm sure with those colorful little personalities, you'll land on her show someday. And you know what that sound means. It's time for a feel-good fact. We all know the tasty cereal CapnCrunch. I'm an Oops All Berries fan myself, but did you know its namesake has a first name? And it's not just Capn. Allow me to reintroduce you to Horatio Magellan Crunch of the Crunch Island Sea of Milk, to be exact. Nothing but the utmost respect for my Capn. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was your feel-good fact. Over on Long Island, 2 girls truly have something to brag about. They beat the academic odds and deserve the spotlight.
I still can't believe that I got a perfect score. It's just crazy to me.
That's what William Floyd High School senior Fariha Chowdhury says about her perfect score of 36 on the ACT. According to the ACT, less than 1/2% of all test takers get a perfect score.
I'm really proud of myself because I've always worked so hard in school and studied and everything, so it really feels nice that it's paying off.
Fariha, who is also president of the National Honor Society, a member of student government, on the varsity swim team, and plays the violin, says her parents were the first people she told about her perfect score.
My parents immigrated from Bangladesh in 1990, and they've worked so hard to give me the life that I have and my brother has, so I'm really grateful for them.
And believe it or not, she is not the only Long Island student with a perfect ACT score.
We looked up on my phone what the score was, and then we both started screaming.
West Hampton Beach High School junior Jane Paulson says that was her and her mom's reaction when they learned that she is also a member of the Perfect Score ACT Club.
It sort of felt surreal. I didn't really expect anything. Yeah, it was crazy.
Jane says she wasn't sure her score was real, even with this confirmation letter from the ACT. But the junior says she won't have a lot of time to think about the 36. She's taking the SAT soon and remains focused on her classes.
AP Physics and AP United States History, AP English, and AP Research.
And while their significant and rare achievement gets attention, Fariha is waiting to hear from colleges, and Jane has another year of high school.
I don't think you understand just how rare of an accomplishment this is, so let me put it into perspective for you. Fariha and Jane scored a perfect 36. That's higher than Bronx native and current Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor, who scored a 35. That's higher than Queens-born rapper Waka Flocka Flame, who scored a 34. That's higher than the late Steve Jobs, who scored a 32. And that's even higher than former President Barack Obama, who scored a 30. So 2 rounds of applause are definitely in order.